15.
Oh, hang on a second. Detroit to trade up. They trade up from 23 to 15 with Dallas.
At some point, but maybe not. What do you think, Sam?
Well, you're acquiring Nedeljkovic, and you're trying to wonder, you get him a 2-year deal, you're wondering if he's going to be able to...
So, what could Detroit be doing at 15? Could they go goalie? Could they go forward here?
Take a little while to get there.
So now this is interesting. Detroit jumps up 8 spots in the draft. I'm wondering what did they give up in exchange.
All these guys have to come together, and what do you need at the back end? Vasilevsky. Exactly. You need a Tendy back there so that all your players can make some mistakes. Give up.
I don't know if it could be goaltender because they just acquired Nedeljkovic. So I think it could be forward. I'm not sure if it is going to be goalie or not since Nedeljkovic went only on a 2-year extension. They could go different directions here.
College hockey, BC, I mean, you name it, what he's been able to do in going up with the Panthers. Why not reach for a goal? Gortz, have we convinced you yet? Talk to us. Talk to the world, Gortz.
So,
well, try it.
I don't know if it's goalie. I don't know. I don't know if it's goalie. It would kind of make no sense for a goalie because we got Nedeljkovic. We just traded for Nedeljkovic. So it would make no sense to trade for him and then draft one. Just to have him be a backup behind Nedeljkovic. Unless for... Like, you don't take a backup goalie in the first round.
A lot of people identify the Red Wings with Jesper Rolstad, especially the Swedish goaltender. But some feel Sebastian Cossa at 6'6" with some athleticism.
So what could they be doing at 15, and what are they going to give up for him?
He has that game and the athleticism to recover.
And he's gone through some adversity personally as well.
So that's going to be interesting. What's going to be the key?
On your path to getting there.
Let's find out what Steve Yzerman's doing with this second round pick, Commissioner Bettman.
All right, let's see what's going on.
Dallas is trading pick number 15 to Detroit for picks number 23, 48, and 138, all in this year's draft. So
we're giving up our second round pick to one of our second round picks tomorrow, and one of our
second round pick and 138.
And I believe the fourth round pick, third. So now Detroit. So yeah, for this trade, we're giving up 23. We're also giving up our second round pick tomorrow at pick 48, one of our second round picks. And we're also giving up our fifth round pick later on tomorrow, pick 138. So we give up 3 picks. We have the capital to move up, the draft capital to move up the next couple of years, like almost 20 picks the next 2 years. So we got the draft capital. Now what could the Wings do at number 15 now that they traded?
Jim Nill and Steve Yzerman were known each other through the Detroit Red Wings organization.
It's got to be a forward. It's got to be a forward. I don't see it being a goalie. I don't see it being a goaltender. Like, it just makes no sense to trade for Nedeljkovic and then draft a goalie in the first. It would make no sense. Then again, Steve Yzerman gives 0 fucks, and he'll take what he feels the best is what is the best prospect available. And if it fills the need, then that's a plus.
Overall, Jeff, how would you evaluate the Red Wings?
Yeah, that's a good prospect pool right there. Sider, Raymond, Bergeron, Johansson, and Foligno. And don't forget, we also got Sedana on the roster, too. We also just locked up Rasmussen for the long haul. And we also... And now we got Simon Edvinsson.
Maybe Weeksy gets his...
Oh no, could Detroit double up on defensemen here? Oh no, they could go different directions. I just don't see a goalie. I think it's either going to be a forward or a defenseman.
Has a lifetime contract, I think, as GM.
It goes up there too. Yeah, he's earned it.
Yeah, and of course, like we said, what he's done in Tampa Bay and what the result has been since he left for Detroit. Now he's obviously somewhat of the same game.
Yeah, they could go Chas Lucius. They could go Fabian Lysell, Fedor Shechkov.
Obviously a really good player, heading to Minnesota.
So they could go.
There's a goaltender.
Carson Lamos would be another good defenseman to go to on the board. They could go a lot of different directions here.
Fabian Lysell is a guy that you would have to have done a deep dive on. Early on in the scouting community, there was some talk about some character issues, and you have to make that determination. Is it a character issue? Does it border on criminality, or is it simply immaturity? And if you come to the determination that it's immaturity, you're looking at probably one of the top 2 or 3 in that Kent Johnson category as being the most dynamic player in this draft class. And again, with their relationships, Håkan Andersson, Sweden, they're not unforeign to the country there. So he's a guy there that might have some interest here if they don't go Weeks' way.
Do you know what else might be my way? Let's go back home to Pickering, Ontario.
All right, the pick is in.
keep an eye on.
Now the question is, who is it? Who did we trade up 8 spots for and gave up
for the 15th selection in the 2021 draft.
Fuck
we
you,
returned
Bettman.
to Hockey Town and Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan, and Steve Yzerman, Executive VP and GM of the Detroit Red Wings, will make the second pick in the first round for the Detroit Red Wings. Steve?
With the 15th pick, Detroit selects from the Western Hockey League's Edmonton Oil Kings, Sebastian Cossa.
All right, Costa. So that's a goalie. So the Wings took a goalie at 15. I don't mind the pick, but that just makes no sense to take a goalie at 15 when you just traded for one in Nedeljkovic, who's coming off a breakout rookie year.
But you think about some of the personal adversity where the
unless they're going to have him be a backup, but you don't take a backup goaltender in the first round.
With some family in Calgary. But the start of this guy's career, he had to battle veterans to get the
unless they're going to have Nedeljkovic be a bridge goalie for Cossa. Like, they could have gone different directions here. He's a solid goalie, but it just makes no sense to go Cossa at 15 when you just traded for Nedeljkovic the other day.
And he learned about preparation, warming up, cooling down.
Now, he is going to have a couple years in the minors still, but still, that just made no sense. Especially if Nedeljkovic builds off his breakout year in Detroit that he had in Carolina when he finished third in the Calder voting.
I want those games. And so he walks into Lauer's office and says, I'm going to take those games.
Hopefully Steve Yzerman knows what the hell he's doing, because this is one of those picks where I just don't understand. They could have gone different directions, especially when the forward core was very bad last year. So yeah, Kossa's not a bad goalie, but this pick just makes no sense. Someone's gonna have to enlighten me on this one. How this makes sense?
Archetype and what he did in building the Tampa Bay Lightning. They drafted Vasilevsky. We talked about that.
We'll see what happens.
He goes for Cossa.
See y'all tomorrow night, unless Detroit trades back in the first round later on. See ya.